If your legs feel weaker lately, slower when you walk, shakier when you stand, or more painful at night, this one food might be the reason. Doctors are sounding the alarm because a common item in the senior diet is now linked to muscle breakdown, cramping, and poor balance. And here's the scary part. It's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. You've been told it's fine in moderation or even healthy, but for aging muscles, it's doing the opposite. Every bite quietly drains strength, robs circulation, and increases your fall risk. But no one talks about it. In the next few minutes, you'll find out what it is, why it's so dangerous after 60, and what to eat instead to keep your legs strong and stable. Don't ignore this. Elaine was 74 when she noticed the shift. At first, it was small. Her legs just felt heavier by the afternoon. Then came the cramps at night. Sharp, sudden pain in her calves that left her gasping and rubbing her legs under the covers. She started using the handrail on the stairs. And then came the moment that scared her most, stepping off the sidewalk curb. Her legs just didn't respond like they used to. She caught herself before falling. But it shook her. Elaine had always been careful with her health. She ate light, avoided junk food, and even took walks every day. But her strength was slipping, and she didn't know why. Her doctor said it was just aging. Happens to everyone, he told her. But deep down, Elaine felt it wasn't just time. It was something else. One evening, her daughter came over and helped her organize her pantry. "Mom, you're still eating these?" she asked, holding up a box. "Every morning," Elaine replied. That box, something she'd had nearly every day for years, was loaded with added sugar, artificial additives, and stripped nutrients. It was the food Elaine had trusted since her 40s. And now, it was quietly working against her. That moment was a turning point. She didn't need more prescriptions. She needed answers. And what she discovered next changed everything, not just for her legs, but for her energy, confidence, and independence. What Elaine experienced isn't unique. Leg weakness, cramps, and instability are among the most common complaints in adults over 60. But what many don't realize is that these issues are often linked to nutritional stress, not just age. And one specific food makes it worse. It hides in plain sight. In cereals, granola bars, flavored yogurts, toast, and even foods labeled as low-fat or heart-healthy. What food are we talking about? Highly refined carbohydrates, especially refined grains and added sugars that spike blood sugar and create long-term inflammation. These foods are digested rapidly, flooding your system with glucose, which triggers an insulin response. Over time, this constant roller coaster taxes your muscles, stiffens your blood vessels, and increases inflammation, especially in the legs. Muscles need a steady supply of nutrients, oxygen, and healthy nerve signals. But when your blood sugar is constantly spiking and crashing, your body loses the minerals it needs, like magnesium and potassium, and your muscles become more prone to cramping and fatigue. Add to that poor circulation, and now your legs aren't just weak, they're starved of support. And here's the kicker. After age 60, your body's insulin sensitivity drops, meaning these refined carbs hit harder than they used to. The exact same bowl of cereal that once felt fine at 40 might now be draining your energy by mid-morning. Yet many seniors still eat these foods daily because they're easy, familiar, and heavily marketed as light or balanced. But instead of supporting your muscles, they're weakening them from the inside out. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Once you see what's hiding behind that label, you can make smarter swaps that strengthen rather than sabotage your legs. And it all starts with identifying the number one food that's doing the most damage, one that might be sitting in your kitchen right now. The food causing the most silent damage to seniors' legs is refined breakfast cereal, especially those labeled as whole grain, low fat, or fortified. These cereals may look innocent, but most are stripped of real nutrients and loaded with added sugars or artificial sweeteners. What you're left with is a bowl full of fast-burning carbs that spike your blood sugar, deplete muscle-supporting minerals, and fuel chronic inflammation. And inflammation is the enemy of muscle strength. It blocks nutrient delivery, slows tissue repair, and irritates the nerves that control balance and movement. On top of that, these cereals are often eaten alone with skim milk or fat-free yogurt offering very little protein, healthy fat, or fiber to slow digestion. The result? A fast spike, then a crash, and your muscles feel it. Studies have shown that older adults who consume high glycemic foods regularly are at higher risk for muscle loss, insulin resistance, and sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. That bowl of cereal might be the exact reason you feel sluggish by 10 a.m., need a nap after lunch, or experience unexplained leg soreness by dinner. And even healthy brands aren't much better. The problem isn't just sugar. It's the lack of complete nutrition. These cereals lack magnesium, B vitamins, and quality amino acids nutrients essential for muscle contraction, nerve transmission, and tissue repair. Without them, your body can't perform or recover. This is especially dangerous for seniors because recovery takes longer and nutrient absorption is slower. A poor start in the morning creates a cascade that affects the entire day. But here's the good news. As soon as you remove this food and replace it with a balanced, leg-supportive breakfast, you start to feel the difference fast. Fewer cramps, better energy, and stronger, more stable movement. Coming up, we'll break down exactly what happens in your body after 60 that makes this food even more dangerous, and what to eat instead to reverse the damage. So why is this food refined breakfast cereal more damaging after 60 than it was earlier in life? The answer lies in how the aging body processes nutrients, handles blood sugar, and manages inflammation. Let's break it down. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia. This means your muscles already need more support just to maintain strength. But when you eat something that spikes your blood sugar like a bowl of refined cereal, your insulin rises fast. That insulin surge tells your body to store fat, not build muscle. Over time, this constant cycle contributes to muscle breakdown instead of repair. Second, your insulin sensitivity decreases with age. That means your body has to work harder to clear sugar from your bloodstream. More insulin, more fatigue, more strain on your muscles and nerves. Third, digestion slows. Your stomach produces less acid, which makes it harder to absorb key nutrients like magnesium, B12, and iron, the exact ones your legs need for strength, nerve function, and blood flow. So even if you're eating enough, you're likely absorbing less. Refined cereals are especially problematic here because they don't provide much your body can actually use. They're stripped of natural fiber, protein, and minerals, and what's added back in fortified versions often isn't well absorbed by aging guts. Another factor is inflammation. After 60, chronic low-level inflammation becomes more common, and sugar-laden cereals can make it worse. That inflammation interferes with nerve signals, weakens connective tissue, and increases the chance of joint pain or leg instability. But here's the empowering part. Your body is still responsive. Once you remove these daily inflammatory triggers and replace them with real nourishment things, your muscles, nerves, and joints can use, you often feel better within days. Stronger legs, fewer cramps, more confident standing, walking, and climbing stairs. You're not broken. Your body is just responding appropriately to the wrong inputs. And that means change is possible because you control what goes on your plate. Let's clear up some of the biggest myths about these healthy cereals because the marketing is powerful. And it's easy to be misled. Myth number 1. Whole grain means healthy. In reality, most cereals labeled as whole grain still go through intense processing. The grain is broken down, the fiber is reduced, and the glycemic impact is still high. Your body digests it almost as fast as sugar. Myth number 2. Fortified means nutritious. Yes, many cereals are fortified with vitamins like B12 or iron, but the forms added are often synthetic and poorly absorbed, especially by older adults with slower digestion. Real nutrition doesn't come from added powder. It comes from whole foods. Myth number 3. Low fat equals better. This one is especially harmful for seniors. Fat is essential for absorbing fat-soluble vitamins like D and K, both of which are crucial for muscle strength and bone health. Cereal with skim milk offers little fat, so even if you're getting nutrients, your body can't use them efficiently. Myth number 4. It's quick and light. Yes, cereal is convenient, but that quick burst of energy is exactly the problem. It spikes blood sugar, triggers inflammation, and crashes you an hour later. A meal that makes your legs weaker by noon isn't helping. Myth number 5. Protein cereal is safe. Many cereals now add a protein to appear healthier, but that protein often comes from isolated soy or low-quality whey, which doesn't provide the full amino acid profile needed to rebuild muscle. It's a label trick, not a leg saver. These myths are dangerous because they keep seniors in a cycle of eating food that looks healthy but undermines their strength. The truth: if your breakfast leaves you tired, stiff, or sore, it's a sign, not a coincidence. And the sooner you see past the marketing, the sooner you can take back control of your health. Coming up, we'll show you exactly how your body reacts to these foods and the real signs that your legs are being affected. Your body is always sending messages, especially through your legs, but many of us miss or ignore the signs. Here are the most common symptoms that your breakfast or any meal filled with refined carbs is silently draining your leg strength. First, midday heaviness. You wake up feeling okay, but by 11 a.m. or noon, your legs feel heavy, tight, or tired. That's not just age. That's the after effect of a high glycemic meal that spiked and crashed your energy. Second, nighttime cramps. If your calves spasm while you sleep, or you wake up needing to stretch, it could be from magnesium or potassium loss, triggered by sugary or processed foods. Third, tight knees and hips in the morning. This stiffness, especially if it fades after walking around, is often a sign of inflammation, not inactivity. Fourth, cold feet or numbness after meals. Poor circulation made worse by insulin spikes can cause your extremities to lose warmth or sensation temporarily. Fifth, poor recovery. You walk a little and your legs ache for hours, or a simple stretch leaves you sore. That means your muscles aren't getting the nutrients they need, or the inflammation is blocking recovery. Sixth, instability or hesitation when stepping off curbs, climbing stairs, or walking on uneven surfaces. These aren't just balance problems. They're often neuromuscular weaknesses, made worse by blood sugar fluctuations and poor nerve signaling. And finally, the biggest red flag? You feel worse after eating. You don't collapse, but your legs feel slower. You sit more. You hesitate more. And your confidence drops without explanation. If you've experienced 2 or more of these symptoms, especially if cereal or refined grains are a regular part of your routine, your body is telling you something. The great news: these signs can fade quickly when you remove the trigger and start feeding your body what it truly needs. Coming up, you'll hear a real story of how one small change led to big strength gains and how fast the body can bounce back. Tom was 70 when his legs started slowing him down. At first, it was just soreness after walking the dog. Then came the cramps, sharp, sudden jolts in his calves at night. Eventually, Getting out of a chair required a push with both hands, and stairs became a source of anxiety. He wasn't sedentary. He ate breakfast every day, kept up with his yard work, and even walked twice a week. But his legs weren't responding. His energy felt drained before noon. At his next checkup, blood work came back normal. His doctor chalked it up to aging, but Tom wasn't satisfied with that answer. One day, while flipping through a health magazine, he read a short article on how refined carbs, especially cereal, can worsen inflammation and muscle fatigue in older adults. The headline hit home. He'd eaten the same breakfast every day for decades. Bran flakes with skim milk and half a banana. It seemed healthy. But when he checked the label, he saw 12 grams of sugar, multiple preservatives, and hardly any protein. It was a bowl of sugar disguised as health food. Tom decided to try something different. The next morning, he made scrambled eggs with spinach and olive oil, a handful of walnuts, and a small bowl of berries. Within 3 days, he noticed he wasn't crashing mid-morning. Within a week, the night cramps eased. By week 2, he could climb stairs without grabbing the rail. And by the end of the month, he said, "My legs feel like they're finally listening to me again." It wasn't magic. It was fuel. Real food that supported his muscles, reduced inflammation, and gave his nerves the minerals they needed to function. Today, Tom still avoids cereal, but he doesn't feel deprived. He feels strong, confident, and back in control. His story is a reminder. Sometimes the smallest changes, like swapping your breakfast, can lead to the biggest breakthroughs. Your body doesn't need perfection. It needs the right support. So if cereal's out, what can you eat instead that actually supports strong, pain-free legs? Let's break it down with 3 leg-friendly breakfast swaps, each designed to boost energy, reduce cramps, and support muscle recovery. Option 1. Eggs, greens, and avocado. Scrambled or poached eggs with sautéed spinach or kale and olive oil gives you protein, healthy fats, and anti-inflammatory power. Add a slice of avocado for potassium and brain-boosting benefits. Option 2. Greek yogurt. Seeds, berries. Choose full fat. Plain Greek yogurt and top it with chia seeds or ground flax for omega-3s. Plus a small handful of blueberries or raspberries. It's satisfying and balances blood sugar without the crash. Option 3. Oats, but the right kind. If you love warm cereal, go for steel-cut or rolled oats. Cook them slow and top with cinnamon, walnuts, and a splash of almond milk. Just skip the sugar and instant packets. All 3 of these meals provide real fuel: protein, fat, fiber, and minerals to support your legs, joints, and circulation. The key is simple. Focus on whole foods, not processed boxes. Build meals around ingredients, not labels. Your body knows the difference. And when you eat in a way that supports it, your legs respond with strength, stability, and energy. Here's a simple 3-step plan you can start today to protect your legs and reclaim your energy. Step 1. Clear out the cereal. Check your pantry for any breakfast boxes labeled low-fat, whole grain, or fortified with more than 5 g of sugar per serving. If it has ingredients you can't pronounce or more than 10 total carbs without fiber or protein to balance it, toss it. Step 2. Prep a real breakfast. Choose one of the 3 options we shared: eggs and greens, yogurt and seeds, or steel-cut oats. These take just minutes to make and give your body real fuel. Step 3. Track how your legs feel. Give it 7-10 days. Notice your balance, your energy by midday, your muscle soreness, night cramps, how easily you move from sit to stand. You might be shocked how quickly your body responds. This isn't a diet. It's a decision to stop draining your legs and start feeding your strength. You don't need supplements or surgery. just better food, and a better start to your day. That one food you trusted for years. It may be the reason your legs are tired, cramping, or holding you back. But now you know, and that means you're already one step ahead. If this helped you, like, share, and subscribe so more seniors can take back control of their strength. And tell us in the comments, what are you swapping for breakfast tomorrow? Your journey might inspire someone else. Let's rebuild from the ground up stronger, smarter, and together,